Hey there everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Banjo Kazooie. This is episode 2 of my fail cast in which I lose my audio and have to re-record it again. So we're going to start by coming right into this digger tunnel and, well, finding whatever's inside the digger tunnel, which is Klungo. I like how in this game when you enter new areas it shows you the name of the area. Like as you see in big text there, it said inside digger tunnel, which is really useful. So that's always nice. There's also boss battles in this game. We have Klungo, minion with a mission. So if it isn't Baron Bird who caused so much trouble to Mr. Scrunty. I don't recall anything like that happening. Her, you is stupid. At least we can speak properly. Hey, Klungo is mad now. Your game ends here. So then, of course, every battle, Klungo drinks a potion. It does something to him. And then, well, you fight him. This one happens to make him invisible, but if you kind of jump into him the moment he goes invisible, then, well, he can't really do anything about it. So he'll just chuck potions at you. Later on in the game you'll have to dodge the potions a little better, but because this is the first part of the game, you don't really have to. There I was attempting to do what you have to do later, but because he chucks the potions so slowly, I just kind of ran into one that he was throwing at me. If you run into the shield before it goes away, you just automatically get bounced back. So, chasing after him, there we go. And then he's dead. Just a few hits. And he's gone. So of course, Klungo is one of the easier bosses in the game, and of course he's your first boss, so of course he has to be easy. Why don't you run off and we'll forget this ever happened? You're a good idea, but you has not seen last of Klungo. Klungo coming, mistress. Please beat failure Klungo with broomstick. So of course Klungo is kinda undoubtedly loyal to Gruntilda, trying to remove her from a rock for 2 years. Alright, so moving around the digger tunnel here, we have the tracks which the digger makes. So let's follow it all the way down and into the next area of the game, which is here. It's Jinjo Village in the Isle of Hags. Spiral Mountain, I guess, is kind of in the Isle of Hags as well because, well, it's an island, but I think it's just Spiral Mountain. This Jinjo house kind of got blown apart a little bit by the digger tunnel, so you won't find any gray Jinjos. These Jinjo houses, well, let's go inside and, you know, it'll speak for itself. They're all gone. Come and see in my throne room and I'll tell you what happened. And then, of course, it shows you where the throne room is. This is my palace. Not bad, eh? Just come on in and see the Jinkster. Alright, so now we're in King Jingling's throne room. And sorry, there was a little bit of an interruption there, so I had to kind of cut that out, so no big deal. Yo, what's up? I'm King Jingling, king of all things Jinjo, and ruler of this village. Your kingdom seems a bit empty. My people were scared away by those witches and their giant machine, and of course I didn't make the text go by fast, so I have to read it really slowly like a dork. So anyway, basically what happened before is you went inside, and here's how Jinjos work in this game. When you collect a Jinjo, actually this is kind of important, I'll explain that later. Oh dear. Exactly. Anyway, here's an incentive for you to rescue my people. And then of course he gives you your first Jiggy. So of course Jiggies again are your collectibles in this game. There's also notes. So yeah, notes are easy to collect, but we'll get into that. Whoops. We'll get into that when we do the first world. The Ancient Order of the Crystal Jiggy? You just made that up, didn't you? No, honest, it's all true. He's very important to your adventure, as only the Crystal Jiggy can open the worlds that you must enter. King Jingling, I kinda don't like his character because, well, he's just a giant Jinjo that wears a crown and thinks he's all gangsta. So anyway, he opens the door in Bottles' house. Whoop. And then, of course, we leave. Not bad for a king, huh? Yeah, his strange pet thingy was cool. Let's go and find that Jiggywiggy then. And then, of course, it cuts over to Gruntilda's place. Meanwhile, so of course, since Gruntilda's sisters think her rhyming is super annoying, they tell her to stop, and so Gruntilda doesn't rhyme in this game, which actually makes me sad, but yeah, it just happens. So, oh well. Anyway, basically here's the story from Grunty's perspective, what you're trying to stop. As Banjo, you have to stop Grunty because she wants to, well, kill stuff because they thought she was dead and now she's not. However, Gruntilda is just a skeleton and she wants her body back. So basically, what Minghella is telling her right here, she's really fat, so she needs a lot of life force to restore her body back to its normal self. So, using this machine, the BOB, you can suck life force, and then she basically takes a shower in the machine and gets her body. So, they notice Jingling's already given me a Jiggy, so why not blast him first? Auto-targeting BOB has. Button you only have to press. Beep. And of course the machine has two options, suck and blow. Just a little light innuendo there. I'm going to be pointing out a lot of innuendos in this game, but only lightly. So of course they just missed Banjo and Kazooie, so what about that traitor Jingling? Well, let's go inside and see. And he turns into a zombie. Ha ha ha, he's just a zombie, and his little pet thing kind of disintegrated into a pile of dust with eyes. Successful BOB was. Jingling's life force we have. Sorry my commentary isn't that exciting, but it's just kind of hard trying to remember some of the stuff that I said the first time I did it, because lots of it was just kind of natural, and that's how I like doing it, but kind of lost. Anyway, now that we're back in control, there isn't too much we can do in Jinjo Village right now with the abilities we possess, so let's go inside and quickly see what happened to King Jingling close up. Now, you can't ever kill King Jingling, but you can attack him, and he can attack you, but he can kill you. But every time you attack him, it's just this. Yeah, it never changes. Whoops. You can only really attack that thing that's around his neck, or his head, or else he won't take any damage. And you can just kind of jump into his hands and take damage, but if you move around to the side where his pet thing is, I never noticed this, but he tells you, "Be quick on the plains, Stomponodon shows no mercy." And I actually get him to say it one more time because I didn't understand why he says it. Like, there isn't really any reason behind it. It's a little bit of a hint to what happens later, and you'll actually find out that when I do it later. But I didn't actually know that he said this. I don't know if you can make him say anything else other than this, but yeah, be quick on the plains, Stomponodon shows no mercy. So again, we'll see that later. So we don't really have anything else to do left in Isle of Hags, so let's go over to Bottles' house, because, well, that's where we were shown the way to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Jump on in to grab these feathers first off. We got max 10. You can hold a max of 10 gold feathers, 100 red feathers, and 100 blue eggs. That's the same as Banjo Kazooie. Hello there, Banjo. How are you today? Pretty good, Mrs. Bottles. And yourself? Oh, fine, fine. Tell her about Ghosty Boy. Keep quiet, Kazooie. What was that? Is Bottles okay? He should be back from Spiral Mountain for his dinner soon. He never misses his dinner, you know. I'm sure he'll be back soon, Mrs. B. So the room to the right we have here is Bottles' room. And there isn't too much in here. There's some eggs and there's some honeycomb that we need. Oh, and there's an enemy there. So let's grab him and grab his honeycomb. Up here there's some feathers. We got a honeycomb on the dresser. And then there's also a honeycomb on the dresser on the other side of the room here for us to grab. And of course I lost way too much health against King Jingling, like a stupid, player. So, I'll take health. On the other side, we have two paths here. We have the right path and the left path, and this path here is the right way to go, so we want to go the wrong way first. And in here, we meet Bottles' first son, Goggles, I think. Yep. And he's playing with that little Donkey Kong stuffy. That's funny. So anyway, he tells you of some prototype goggles that Bottles is working on, and well, because we asked him if he finished it. And thank goodness he did. So when you're zoomed in using the C up button, I'll show you guys. You can zoom in now. For example, you can look it's really close. For example, this is the lamp from zoomed out, and this is the lamp from all the way zoomed in. You can actually see quite a ways away with this. So I'll be showing this a little bit later on in certain areas because it's really useful. Then over here is Bottles' second son, Specky. Hi, Specky. Me and my dad are going to be playing in the kickball tournament next week over at the Mayan Stadium. King Jingling has organized it especially for my dad since he's such a hero. I don't suppose you have any substitutes. Why would we need substitutes? My dad is the best on the team. Well, I'm sure he was, is. Did you know that tunnel over there is my secret way out of the village? You might find it useful. We already know that. King Dangling. You opened up especially for us. King Dangling. Dangling. I don't know, they call him a bunch of things in this game. So anyway, moving on through will take us to the third area of the game, which is Wooded Hollow in the Isle of Hags. I am Jiggywiggy and this is my temple. If you want to see me, you'll need to get past my doorman first. So of course we're going to explore the wooded hollow a bit, because what would this game be without? We have another silo we can activate here, creating a warp point between Jinjo Village and here. And because we don't have too much to do here, let's just go ahead and enter the Jiggywiggy temple. I am a lowly disciple of Jiggywiggy. I work the door of his sacred temple to keep out those who are not worthy. Sounds like fun. Do you think we are worthy? That depends. To prove yourself worthy to enter, you must collect images in the form of Jiggywiggy himself. And what might these images look like? Jigsaw pieces, also known as jiggies. That sounds familiar. Let's see what you have then. It seems you have collected enough jiggies to be allowed inside. Remember, no cameras permitted and only food purchased to make jiggies can be eaten within. Alright, so let's go on ahead in. Now, this temple is basically the only way that you can unlock worlds. Here's what happens. Greetings, O Chosen One. You have entered the sacred temple of Jiggywiggy. Approach the golden monolith if you wish to prove yourself worthy. So of course you go over here, you collect the jiggies, and of course it shows at the bottom how many jiggies you have and how many you need. Press B when near the monolith to attempt Jiggywiggy's challenge 1. So let's go ahead and do that. As you unlock more worlds, the challenges become harder, but of course because this is only the first world, it's easy. You must complete the image before you if you wish to travel to where it shows. Use the control stick to guide your hand. Press A to pick up a piece. Once a piece is held, it can be placed down by pressing A or returned to the outside by pressing B. You only have a limited amount of time to prove yourself. May Jiggywiggy grant you luck. So, basically, move the pieces, put them in. Pretty straightforward, like a jigsaw. Like I said, as you go, it'll eventually get harder, but of course, level 1, it's gotta be the easiest puzzle in the world to show you exactly how to do it. And then of course he summons the power of the crystal Jiggy. And poof. So of course it shows, where the door is going to open to. A beam of light pops in and then whoop! And hooray, we have entrance into door number 1. Or world number 1, I mean. And of course, because we only have 1 Jiggy and that puzzle costed 1 Jiggy, we do not have enough Jiggies to attempt challenge 2. Come back later when you do. So of course at the bottom it shows we still have 1, but we need 4 Jiggies in order to enter world 2. There's an information signpost, press B when next to it to read it. So, at the beginning of the game here, when fortune smiles, here will be written in the Jiggy secrets. So because it's the beginning of the game, no matter how many times you talk to it, all of them say the same thing. There isn't any way to change that for now. Basically, we have to find the cheat area, and we also have to collect some more Jiggies, I think, in order to get it to work. So, yeah, they all say the same thing. So, moving out, we are going to explore some of the wooded hollow, because I don't really have time to start into the next world so fast. So let's do it. Just adjusting my microphone on my face. Down at the end of the digger tunnel here, we have a Jinjo. And now I can finally explain this because we have a Jinjo. So let's grab the Jinjo. Yippee! You saved me! I'm off for home now! Alright, so then the Jinjo returns to the Black Jinjo house. And here's how Jinjo works. You collect a Jinjo, and when you've filled up their house, the Jinjo gives you their family heirloom, which is typically a Jiggy. So basically, collect all the Jiggies and collect all the jigsaw pieces. I mean, collect all the Jinjos and collect all the Jiggies. So there are 9 Jinjo families. Each one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Jinjos in it. So that's how many Jinjos is that? That's 1. There's 5 Jinjos in every level, including the ILO Hags. So that would be 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, 5 is 15, 6 is 21, 7 is 28, 8 is 36, 9 is 45. So there's 45 Jinjos in this game. And we need to collect all of them. Not that hard, would you say? Down here, I actually did some running back and forth here because I forgot about this area. This actually goes back to Jinjo Village. It's just a shortcut back to the Wooded Hollow. But, see, I just left because I was like, oh, it goes back here, because I thought it was the other spot. But I forgot that the burrow goes back to Bottles' house. This area here goes back to an area that's not accessible to us the first time, because we don't have an upgrade ability to get up there. So that's what this running around section is. Actually, when I was looking for here, I was actually looking for what's down here. We can't do anything here yet, but we will soon. We will soon. Here we have a little thing here. Information signpost. Suitable eggs may be found closer to home than you think. That's just a hint that there are some things that we need to collect in Spiral Mountain that, well, yeah. Anyway, here we have Heggy's egg shed. Clock! Heggy the hen! Clock! Find special egg! Clock! Got no special egg yet! Afraid not. Clock! Heggy got one! Clock! But can't reach it! Clock! So you must hatch! Alright, so basically the stop and swap eggs we can put here. These are split up pads, but of course we can't see underneath this to see them, so... we can't do anything about these eggs yet, because we just don't have the ability to do so. So later on in the game we'll come back here when we're able to, and I'll talk more about the eggs when we're about time to collect them. So moving up the Isle of Hags, now I'm going to go check out that burrow and wonder, wait a sec, how do I get out there if that was the Isle, or if that was Jinjo Village? And then of course I see, after I collect these feathers, that, oh, well, look at that, now we're back in, now we're back in Bottles' house. And then of course I run back to just go check where it is. So this game is really fun. I've enjoyed playing it so far, and I love playing this game. It's so much fun. Later on, it gets a lot harder than Banjo Kazooie. Banjo Kazooie is a game that I can beat in like one sitting, 100%. This game, I cannot. There are some things in this game that I'm going to be trying ages to be able to do in World 2 and in World 8. So, you guys will have some fun seeing me struggle with this game. There's an ability that lets you get up here, but I looked around and I was like, oh, well, I guess there's nothing we need to be up here to do. So, well, we'll come back to Jinjo Village later and do stuff, but for now it's not. So, the beginning of this game is pretty straightforward. I would have preferred to keep my audio the first time because there was a lot more information in it and a lot less cutout audio. But here I'm just trying to improvise my best so I have something to say to you guys so you're just not watching me play a blank game. So, on the next episode of Let's Play Banjo Tooie, we're going to be going into the first world. I won't tell you what it is yet because we're obviously not there yet. We've unlocked the silos. I'll show you what those do. Probably not next episode, but next time. There's a bunch of new things in worlds, and of course, yeah, this thing here warps you to the Jiggy Temple no matter where you are. They're always directly outside the entrance to worlds, So anyway, next time we're going to go into World 1, and I'll show you guys what happens there. So, see you guys next time.